Chosen one, the storm has flipped in your favor. Now, they're the ones caught in the whirlwind. Whispers in back rooms turn to headlines. Your name is lighting up every timeline. Those who plotted in secret are being dragged into the light, one by one. And that silent force, the one who watched you rise with reverence and awe, is finally making their move. This ain't just justice, it's divine orchestration, and you are the centerpiece of a story too loud to ignore. Chosen one, none of it was a coincidence. You were a threat before you even knew your own power. That eerie tension in rooms you entered, the subtle sabotage, the fake smiles hiding razor-sharp envy, they were all signals. You were born coded with frequencies that disrupt corruption, expose lies, and activate truth in places built on deception. Your very existence challenged the invisible contracts of control, and they felt it. But what they didn't count on was your awakening. Now, every force that tried to suppress you is being exposed by the light you carry effortlessly. But now, chosen one, the veil is lifting, and you're seeing it for what it truly was: spiritual warfare disguised as everyday life. It wasn't your imagination. It was a coordinated, energetic resistance against your light, your purpose, your very presence. The rejection wasn't about you fitting in, it was about you refusing to dim. They saw the divine signature in you long before you did, and their fear turned into calculated chaos. But here's the shift. You no longer internalize their projections. You're not too sensitive. You're highly tuned. You're not the problem. You're the awakening they tried to silence. What you're uncovering now is chilling, a web so vast it almost seems unreal. But it's real. A silent campaign to undermine you, to provoke you, to push you to self-destruct. You weren't just targeted, you were studied, tracked, misrepresented before you could even speak. The smear was preloaded, the sabotage pre-scripted. This wasn't random, it was a spiritual contract to keep your divine mission buried. But their efforts backfired, because every trap they set only sharpened your discernment. Every lie they told only amplified your truth. And now, the ones who once pulled strings from the shadows are being exposed, dragged into the same light they tried to snuff out in you. At first, it wasn't you they feared. It was what you symbolized, a living, breathing disruption to a system built on illusion. Your light was a siren to sleepers, a glitch in their carefully programmed matrix. You couldn't be bought, broken, or bullied into submission, and that terrified them. So they sent distractions dressed as friendships, lovers programmed to drain you, and authority figures trained to gaslight and dismiss. They tried to reduce your radiance to ruin, but instead of collapsing, you transformed. And now the very network that conspired to destroy you is unraveling, exposed by the strength they never imagined you'd survive long enough to harness. You weren't paranoid, you were prophetic. Your soul picked up what your eyes couldn't yet see: the crooked alliances, the secret meetings, the silent agreements to keep you boxed in and broken down. These weren't random encounters, they were calculated placements. Smiling neighbors with hidden agendas, polite officials masking malice, opportunities dangled like bait only to be snatched away. Your unease wasn't a flaw, it was divine intelligence. You were being surveilled, studied, and spiritually profiled because your very existence threatened the strongholds of manipulation. And still, you moved with grace. Still, you rose. Because your spirit wasn't built for defeat, it was built for revelation. Every environment you entered became a battlefield for your soul. But instead of collapsing, you evolved. Where others would have crumbled under the weight of sabotage and isolation, you alchemized the pain into purpose. You didn't just survive, you refined. Every attack sharpened your discernment, every betrayal expanded your grace. While they tried to turn your heart cold, you chose compassion. While they wanted to see you break, you built yourself into something unshakable. You passed tests most wouldn't recognize as divine in origin, and now the strength you carry isn't just yours. It's ancestral, cosmic, undeniable. You're not just marked as chosen, you've proven it. Your very presence is a reminder of what they gave up on, and that's why they targeted you. You walk into a room, and awaken something they buried long ago: hope, vision, freedom. That's why the elders whispered, the peers distanced themselves, and the leaders tried to block your path. Your authenticity exposed their compromise. Your passion confronted their resignation. They couldn't stand to see you burning with purpose while they sat in the ashes of abandoned dreams. But you didn't dim, you didn't fold. And now, that same fire they tried to extinguish is lighting the way for others to break free too. You became a master of silent warfare, battling chaos without ever lifting a sword. Their spells of gossip couldn't touch your spirit, and their drama bounced off your peace like dull arrows against armor. They wanted you reactive, enraged, entangled in their dysfunction, but you saw through it. You recognized the trap, a cycle of distraction designed to dim your light and drain your focus. So you rose above, cloaked in stillness, guarded by discernment. You stopped explaining yourself, stopped defending your name, because the truth doesn't chase rumors, it reveals itself in time. And now, that time has come. Your every move in those workplaces was a test of divine endurance, and you passed with unwavering integrity. They weaponized policy, manipulated protocol, and twisted professionalism into a tool of oppression. You were set up to fail, delayed payments, sabotaged projects, sudden demotions, all while being watched with predatory eyes, hoping you'd snap. But you never did. You held your posture, kept your grace, and let your excellence speak in silence. They couldn't break you, so they tried to erase you. But the truth lingers. And now, the same institutions that tried to bury you are cracking under the weight of what they did to you, because the righteous never fall without resurrection. You stood firm as a beacon of truth, wielding integrity like a sword, never reckless, always precise. Every injustice you exposed was a ripple in their carefully constructed facade, shaking the foundation beneath their feet. You kept meticulous records, knowing that evidence is the language karma listens to. Behind the scenes, a shadowy figure observed, calculating every move, hoping to predict your breaking point. But what they failed to grasp is that your strength wasn't in denial or ignorance. It was in conscious awareness. You weren't just surviving their schemes, you were preparing to dismantle them, one undeniable truth at a time. This antagonist's obsession runs deeper than mere envy. It's tangled in a shadowed reflection of their own unfulfilled potential. Bound by ties to power and influence, they've watched your rise with a mix of resentment and reluctant admiration, unable to look away as you turned every blow into armor. Behind their bitterness lies a twisted respect, a recognition that you embody the courage and authenticity they buried long ago. What they failed to see is that their fixation only fuels your light, weaving your destinies together in a cosmic dance where their downfall is written in the very energy they poured into trying to break you. Fueled by jealousy and desperation, the mastermind waged a calculated war, a silent siege aimed at erasing your influence and severing every lifeline. Their tactics were cold and precise, a relentless assault on your reputation designed to make you invisible, irrelevant, and alone. Every whispered rumor, every engineered betrayal, every shadow cast over your name was a strategic move in their ruthless game. They believed that by breaking your spirit, they could reclaim what they felt slipping away, the admiration, the loyalty, the very essence of respect that you effortlessly commanded. But in trying to bury you, they only forged you stronger, forging unbreakable bonds with those who see your truth. Before you even stepped into their world, they had already planted seeds of deceit, carefully crafted stories twisted to poison minds and turn allies into adversaries. They preyed on others' fears and weaknesses, molding resentment like clay to form an army against you. Their strategy was relentless, to drown you in a tide of sabotage so overwhelming that even your strongest moments felt like defeat. Every whispered lie, every cold shoulder was designed to erode your confidence, to fracture your spirit, and to paint you as fragile, when in truth, you were becoming unbreakable. Their cruel masterpiece was to rewrite your story, casting you as unstable and irrational, silencing your truth behind labels, designed to discredit and isolate. They hunted for the broken, the envious, and the callous, those hungry to wield pain as a weapon, and enlisted them as pawns in their dark scheme. Each participant, knowingly or not, became a thread in a tangled web of betrayal, weaving a cage meant to trap your spirit. But while they focused on tearing you down piece by piece, they failed to see that every attack only forged your resolve sharper, your vision clearer, and your rise inevitable. Their tactics were ruthless and expertly crafted, a symphony of psychological warfare played out across entire communities. Gaslighting blurred your reality, projection twisted their guilt onto you, and triangulation bred mistrust like wildfire. They weaponized ignorance and fear to build walls before you could even knock on doors, isolating you in a sea of silent enemies. Yet, through it all, your spirit remained attuned, picking up on vibrations others couldn't see or hear. Your intuition became your shield, a divine radar detecting poison in the air, protecting you from the unseen storms they unleashed. This wasn't just survival, it was a testament to the power of your awakened soul. You sensed the storm brewing beneath the surface before the first raindrop fell, an unseen force weaving chaos with precision, disguised as coincidence. Your intuition was the early alarm, ringing loud and clear even when the evidence was buried deep. Now, lean in close. This moment is a turning point. What you're stepping into is more than awareness, it's a revelation. The secrets of reclaiming your power, healing wounds both old and new, and igniting the sacred purpose within you are unfolding. Prepare yourself, because what's coming will transform everything you thought you knew about your path and yourself. In their relentless pursuit to break you, they unraveled their own lives, sacrificing peace, trust, and love on the altar of bitterness. Ironically, their obsession only drew their partner's gaze closer to you, revealing the undeniable truth they couldn't hide. Your strength, your grace, and your unwavering integrity shone far brighter than anything in their current world. With every challenge you met, and every injustice you met with calm resolve, their admiration grew, quiet, reluctant, and impossible to deny. You became the living proof of what true power and authenticity look like, a mirror reflecting everything their partner secretly craved but never found. Their schemes, meant to tarnish your image, only cast your light into sharper relief. Like a diamond forged under pressure, your brilliance became impossible to ignore. Every calculated attempt to drag you down became a spotlight showcasing your unwavering strength and grace. While they spun webs of malice and deceit, you moved with quiet power, refusing to stoop to their level or lose your center. This contrast didn't weaken you, it amplified your presence, turning their darkest plots into the very stage where your true character dazzled brightest, drawing eyes, respect, and allegiance toward the undeniable force that you are. The war against you had escalated beyond the invisible. Now it was a deadly game with stakes far beyond mere reputation. Every calculated move pushed boundaries until they crossed into darkness no one should ever face. The mastermind's cold ambition orchestrated traps so sinister they disguised murder as misfortune, unlocked doors, hidden dangers, and silent threats lurking in plain sight. They gambled with your life, hoping to erase you without a trace, to bury your light in smoke and silence. But what they failed to understand is that your spirit is not so easily extinguished. This was not the end, but the crucible that would ignite your ultimate resurrection. Every detail was meticulously planned, an intricate dance of deception designed to ensure no one would be accountable. Their alibis were airtight, their motives cold and calculated. This was not chaos, but a chilling display of control disguised as coincidence. Yet, your heightened awareness, honed by countless battles, cut through their veil of lies. The warnings whispered by your intuition screamed louder than ever, alerting you to the trap before it could snap shut. In that critical moment, your survival wasn't luck. It was the fierce, unyielding power of a soul awakened and refusing to be silenced. Their carefully crafted facade began to crumble under the weight of their own hubris. In their frantic rush to execute the plan, cracks appeared, small slips that spoke volumes. A misplaced word, a lingering glance, a forgotten detail. What once seemed flawless revealed itself as a tangled web stretched too thin, burdened by the sheer number of players desperate to control the narrative. Their overconfidence became their undoing. Somewhere in the shadows, truth found a way to breathe, sneaking through the cracks they never intended to expose. And that truth would be the spark that ignites their downfall. When their darkest plan failed, they turned to deception, weaving a new trap designed to shatter your freedom and silence your voice. The false arrest was a calculated move to strip you of your power, confiscating your protection, twisting facts, and painting you as the villain in a story they wrote. But their arrogance blinded them to one truth: your resilience. Instead of breaking, you stood tall, exposing their lies with calm clarity and unwavering dignity. Every false charge only highlighted their desperation and incompetence, turning their scheme inside out and shining a harsh light on the injustice they so recklessly wielded against you. In the eye of the storm, your composure was unshakable, a quiet force that spoke louder than any protest. You saw through the chaos to the familiar rhythm of manipulation, refusing to let fear dictate your response. Your grace under pressure unsettled even your adversaries, who couldn't help but respect the unwavering strength you embodied. And when a simple radio miscommunication led to your unexpected release, it was clear this was no accident. It was fate bending reality, a higher power breaking through the cracks of human error to protect the chosen one who refused to be defeated. Their web of lies began to unravel the moment they fed false details into the system, misidentifying you, a slip so glaring it cracked the foundation of their entire scheme. That single error sent shockwaves through their carefully orchestrated plot, opening a door for justice to slip through. Investigators started piecing together the puzzle with relentless precision. Photographs captured staged scenes, covert recordings revealed secret conversations, and documents surfaced, exposing the vast conspiracy. What was meant to bury you instead became the blueprint for your vindication, turning their own deception into undeniable proof of their guilt. Though they seized your phone, they underestimated the power of what had already been shared and preserved beyond their reach. The digital trail was a tapestry of truth, woven with countless threads of evidence they couldn't erase. As the pieces fell into place, your spiritual insight illuminated the path ahead, revealing that this reckless overextension was their undoing, a fatal miscalculation written in the stars. You felt the shifting tides, the closing chapter of their reign, and knew with unwavering certainty their era of control was ending, and your rise was only just beginning. Their frantic grasp for control shattered the illusion of invincibility they once wore like armor. With every misstep, every whispered secret, and every misplaced trust, they unwound the very web they had spun to trap you. Time had flipped, no longer their ally, but your silent weapon. The energy they poured into tearing you down now surged back like a relentless tide, engulfing them in the weight of their own deceit. What was meant to be your downfall was transforming into their reckoning, as the fortress of lies they built became the very prison that would hold them accountable. You moved through their schemes like a shadow dances with light, always one step ahead, your mind sharp, your spirit unshakable. Every hardship you endured was a lesson, every attack a form of preparation, forging you into a warrior tuned to the frequencies of higher truth. Their attempts to catch you off guard were met with calm precision because your awareness transcended fear and reaction. This wasn't luck or coincidence. It was the culmination of a sacred journey, a destiny honed by fire and forged in resilience. When their final assault came, you stood ready, not as a victim, but as the unstoppable force they never saw coming. The moment their darkest plan faltered, the entire house of cards started to crumble, fast and unforgiving. What once seemed like an unbreakable fortress of corruption shattered as fear took hold. The very conspirators who moved in unison now scrambled for cover, turning on one another in desperate bids for self-preservation. Hidden alliances fractured, secrets spilled, and long-buried abuses surfaced in blinding light. Judges who twisted justice, officers who wielded power like a weapon, all faced the reckoning they thought they'd avoided. The empire built on deception was collapsing, and at its center stood the truth you carried, unstoppable and victorious. The fallout was swift and merciless, tearing through the fabric of a corrupted network like wildfire. Those who once wielded influence to poison minds and fuel division were stripped of their power and exposed to public disgrace. Business owners who thrived on sabotage and greed faced not only legal ruin, but the collapse of their empires. The ties that bound them, familial, social, professional, fractured under the weight of their betrayal. Isolation became their punishment, as trust evaporated and allies vanished, leaving them abandoned in the wreckage of the very chaos they had created. The truth shattered lives with brutal finality. Once hidden faces became targets of scorn and shame as the depths of their betrayal were laid bare. Panic spread like wildfire. Some conspirators vanished into the shadows, hoping to escape the storm they helped create. The masterminds, refusing to answer for their sins, fled far from the ruins of their schemes, abandoning everything they once controlled. Others scrambled to rewrite their stories, casting themselves as victims of circumstance or manipulation, desperate to distance from the full weight of their guilt. But no excuse could mask the damage done. Their legacy was now defined by cowardice, deceit, and the undeniable truth that justice had arrived. The weight of the evidence was overwhelming, a dossier of crimes so deep and wide that denial was impossible. Each charge told a story of calculated cruelty, stalking that invaded your peace, harassment meant to break your spirit, and a chilling conspiracy aimed at your very life. Abuse of power and blatant obstruction only added fuel to the fire, while civil rights violations sealed their fate. The meticulous records they thought hidden became their undoing, unraveling their fortress of lies with surgical precision. As the investigation closed in, the pressure took its toll. Those who orchestrated your torment began to face rapid and severe consequences, their bodies and minds betraying the guilt they carried. The invisible weight of guilt and fear bore down on them with relentless force, turning years of venomous intent into a slow unraveling of body and mind. Their own health faltered, as if reflecting the pain they tried to inflict, a mirror of karmic retribution playing out in real time. Fortune slipped through the fingers of those who once sought to impoverish you, while ailments crept into the lives of those who aimed to break your spirit physically. The universe's balance was unmistakable, visible to all who witnessed this reckoning, a harsh, undeniable truth that what you sow, you inevitably reap, multiplied and mirrored. The walls they built around themselves crumbled from within as their secrets ignited chaos in their closest bonds. Families fractured under the weight of betrayal and exposure. Meanwhile, your truth stood tall and undeniable, shining brightly for all to see. The very community that once whispered doubts now faced the undeniable reality. The story they believed was a carefully crafted illusion designed to silence you. Their gaslighting unraveled, replaced by clarity and respect, and your vindication became a beacon, proof that resilience and integrity can rewrite even the darkest narratives. What was once misunderstood as weakness or stubbornness was now celebrated as extraordinary strength and unwavering grace. The invisible chains that had restricted your path were shattered piece by piece through relentless legal battles and unyielding truth. Employers who practiced discrimination were held accountable, forced to face the consequences of their injustice. Institutions that deliberately shut you out found themselves compelled to repair the damage they caused. This was more than justice. It was a revolution of accountability, a cleansing fire burning away the remnants of systemic oppression, clearing the way for your rightful place to shine. The narrative shifted, no longer centered on the darkness that tried to consume you, but on the radiant strength you emerged with. Your journey became a testament to resilience, a story whispered with awe in every corner of the community. People admired not only how you endured, but how you chose grace over bitterness, light over despair. As justice closed in on those who sought to harm you, a flood of blessings poured into your life, opportunities, support, and abundance that matched the magnitude of the trials you had overcome. Your rise was not just survival, it was a triumphant rebirth that inspired all who witnessed it. At last, the silent admirer emerged from the shadows, no longer content to watch from afar. Their respect had blossomed into something profound, a recognition of the rare light you carried through the darkest storms. They had seen your unwavering commitment to truth, your unbreakable spirit, and the way you turned pain into power. This wasn't just admiration, it was a deep connection forged in the crucible of shared understanding. They stepped forward not only to offer support, but to honor the unyielding strength that had captivated them since the very beginning of your journey. In a season painted with fiery leaves and fresh beginnings, your steadfast heart attracted a love rooted not in superficial charm, but in the deep soil of respect and admiration. They witnessed your unwavering commitment to integrity, choosing what was right, even when the easier path tempted you. Your refusal to sacrifice truth or dignity in the face of betrayal spoke louder than any spoken word. As the shadows of conspiracy faded and justice took its rightful place, this unexpected love blossomed, quiet, powerful, and perfectly timed, bringing warmth and hope to a chapter once defined by struggle. This union was a rare convergence, two souls meeting not out of need, but out of profound recognition. They saw in you a rare alchemy, the extraordinary gift of turning pain into power, suffering into sacred wisdom. Unlike anyone they had known, you transformed relentless trials into a radiant force that illuminated even the darkest corners. Your resilience was not just survival, it was a beautiful evolution that drew them in, sparking a connection rooted in mutual respect, shared strength, and an unspoken understanding of the battles each had faced and conquered. Recognizing your rare blend of talent and unbreakable spirit, this influential figure stepped forward as both advocate and ally. They saw beyond the resume, into the depths of your character forged by trials few could endure. In their eyes, you were not just another professional. You were a beacon of steadfast excellence, capable of thriving where others faltered. With deliberate intention, they began paving a path for your future, leveraging their power to open doors that honored not only your skills, but the extraordinary resilience that set you apart in every arena. They recognized that your true potential could only flourish when nurtured, not hindered. A rare gem polished by relentless storms, yet destined to shine brilliantly in fertile soil. The home you once lost, or that had seemed forever out of reach, was now reclaimed through hard-won legal victories, a symbol of justice restored. Financial stability, long sabotaged by unseen forces, returned to you multiplied, a testament to the universe's balance. Doors that had been slammed shut by deception and betrayal swung wide open again, this time welcoming you with advantages and honors that reflected the strength you had cultivated through every trial. This flourishing transcended the physical. Your heart and soul blossomed in tandem with your newfound security. What once felt like cruel solitude now unveiled itself as sacred training, molding you into a vessel of deep wisdom and resilience. The emptiness you endured gave way to a profound gratitude for authentic relationships, connections grounded in truth and mutual respect rather than convenience or fear. The fierce independence born of hardship evolved into a balanced strength, allowing you to both stand tall alone and lean confidently into the support of others, creating a harmonious dance of empowerment and unity. The tender parts of you, long scarred by betrayal and isolation, started to mend in the gentle light of genuine care. This new bond wasn't merely about romance. It was a sanctuary where your heart could finally rest and breathe freely. For the first time since childhood, you felt truly seen, valued, not for what you could give, but for who you are at your core. In their unwavering presence, the wounds of the past softened, replaced by a nurturing energy that promised healing, growth, and a love that honored every facet of your being. New ventures blossomed from the fertile ground of your lived experience, transforming your trials into a powerful source of inspiration and guidance for others walking similar paths. Your story, etched with courage, resilience, and triumph, became a beacon, a roadmap showing how to navigate darkness and rise into light. With each person you helped, your impact multiplied, revealing the infinite nature of this blessing. Opportunities flowed ceaselessly, not just as rewards, but as invitations to expand your mission, turning personal victory into a legacy of healing and empowerment for generations to come. This transformation marked not just an escape from hardship, but a fundamental rebirth into a life overflowing with meaning and prosperity. The long season of drought had finally ended, replaced by an unstoppable current of blessings flowing steadily and abundantly. Your evolution, shaped by every trial and tempered by every battle, was unmistakable, radiating confidence and wisdom that drew others toward you. Now, you stand as a magnet for respect, genuine admiration, and deep love from those who recognize and value the strength and grace forged within you. Your maturity is a testament to the battles you've faced and the grace with which you overcame them. The resilience forged in solitude has sculpted you into someone whose presence commands respect and admiration. You no longer seek validation or hold on out of fear. Instead, you offer your whole self freely and confidently. Your independence transforms every relationship into a true partnership, where you are chosen for your strength and authenticity, not because you need to be saved or supported. In this space, love flourishes naturally, grounded in mutual respect and genuine connection. Your relentless spirit, forged in the fires of despair and refusal to surrender, shines as a rare and precious light in any age. The one who has observed your path sees beyond the surface. They recognize the unwavering determination that courses through your veins. They value the strength it takes to stand firm when all seems lost, knowing you are not someone who flees at the first sign of storm. This steadfastness isn't just admirable, it's magnetic, drawing those who seek a partner anchored in resilience and loyalty, ready to face life's battles side by side. At last, the world is beginning to see what has always been true: your unwavering commitment to honor and principle, even when shadowed by relentless opposition. Your steadfastness earned respect not only from allies, but from those who once sought to undermine you. With the veil of deception lifted, your integrity shines as a guiding light, opening doors previously closed and setting the tone for every encounter. Having endured and mastered every challenge, you stand prepared, ready to embrace the transformation ahead, confident that you have graduated from the trials meant to break you. Each trial you endured was a stepping stone, carefully placed by fate to elevate you into this next chapter. Your resilience wasn't just tested, it was proven, time and again, under the harshest circumstances imaginable. Now that hard-earned strength draws toward you a partner who not only acknowledges your journey, but deeply values the courage and wisdom it forged. This union is built on mutual respect and understanding, a connection rooted in recognizing the battles won and the incredible growth born from every hardship you overcame. They recognize not brokenness in your story, but a rare refinement, like gold purified by fire. Your path has shaped you into someone with profound insight and strength, qualities that set you apart as a truly exceptional partner. Having learned to stand firmly on your own, you now approach connection from a place of fullness, offering your whole self without expectation or need. This foundation of self-sufficiency allows you to engage in a relationship rooted in mutual respect and genuine choice, sharing your completeness with someone who truly deserves it. This partnership blossoms from a foundation of strength and balance, free from the shadows of desperation or neediness. Together, you embark on a journey into new realms, uncharted paths filled with promise and opportunity that once seemed out of reach. Your world is expanding in every direction. Wealth flows steadily, emotional sanctuary becomes your daily reality, and the respect you've long deserved finally shines brightly in every corner of your life. This is not just a new chapter, it's an entirely new story, written by your courage and embraced with open hearts. A union grounded in genuine appreciation for your true essence is no longer just a hope, but a blossoming reality. As this partnership grows, so does your clarity of purpose, your calling to guide others through the dark labyrinths of systematic oppression and relentless hostility. Your journey stands as a powerful testament, a living lesson showing that even in the face of calculated cruelty and coordinated attacks, survival is possible without sacrificing integrity. Through your example, you illuminate a path for others, proving that strength, dignity, and resilience can not only endure, but flourish against all odds. The ripple effect of your healing reaches far beyond the boundaries of your immediate world, touching hearts and minds of those who have long felt unseen and unheard. Your story becomes a mirror for the isolated, the persecuted, and the marginalized, offering a beacon of hope that their pain is not in vain. Your rise into abundance and authentic love stands as living proof that suffering can lead to triumph and that justice, no matter how delayed, is inevitable. Now, the divine design that wove every trial and victory together is unveiled, revealing a sacred tapestry of purpose, resilience, and ultimate redemption. Each hardship you endured was not a random cruelty, but a deliberate step on the path to your higher purpose. Every obstacle was crafted to awaken strengths and virtues essential for the destiny you were born to fulfill. The solitude that once felt like punishment was, in truth, a sacred preparation for the profound connections and impact awaiting you. Your legacy will shine as a timeless testament, showing the world how to confront orchestrated darkness with unwavering grace, unbreakable dignity, and a steadfast belief that justice, in its perfect form, always prevails. Your story will echo through time, becoming a blueprint for resilience and renewal that future generations will turn to for guidance and inspiration. The journey of the chosen one that you have walked so courageously is merely the prologue to the grand destiny now unfolding before you. Every trial faced, every battle won, carries profound significance, woven together to shape a life rich with purpose and abundance. The wisdom you've gathered is not just knowledge, but a powerful tool, ready to be wielded as you step boldly into a future crafted by your strength and illuminated by your unwavering spirit. Now, the conversation has shifted, no longer focused on the shadows cast by those who tried to break you, but on the radiant rise that defied them all. Your journey from a solitary target to a triumphant beacon of abundance inspires awe and hope in every corner. Your story stands as living proof that light conquers darkness, that integrity holds power, and that divine justice is not a myth, but an undeniable reality. With this renewed strength and clarity, your energy, once a shield, now transforms into a force for healing and empowerment, driving you forward into the fulfillment of your highest calling. The very force that once struck fear into the hearts of your adversaries now shines as a beacon of hope for those searching for light. The resilience that carried you through relentless storms is now the foundation upon which you will create lasting beauty and profound impact. Your path forward unfolds wide and limitless, revealing opportunities that once seemed unimaginable in your darkest hours. The wealth, both tangible and intangible, that flows into your life mirrors the magnitude of the trials you overcame, proving that true abundance is born from the deepest struggle and steadfast courage. The love now blossoming in your life reflects the strength and grace you upheld when the world seemed silent and indifferent. The honors and recognition flowing to you are perfectly aligned with the unwavering integrity you carried through every unseen battle. You are stepping fully into your power, shifting from mere survival to bold creation, trading defense for strategic action, transforming the pain of past attacks into the foundation of an enduring legacy. Moving beyond isolation, you rise as a leader embraced by community, a triumphant force who has not only survived the conspiracy, but emerged victorious over the darkness that sought to destroy you. The story on everyone's lips will be your unstoppable rise, marked by a thriving partnership, flourishing ventures, and meaningful impact within your community. You embody the truth that chosen ones do far more than endure hardship. They alchemize struggle into triumph, igniting inspiration and transformation in everyone they touch. Your presence commands attention, not with intimidation, but with the quiet confidence of one who has been vindicated, richly blessed, and elevated to a place of influence. Now your gaze carries the power to uplift, guiding others out of their shadows and into their own radiant light. The fierce energy that once shielded you from orchestrated darkness now fuels a powerful movement of healing and restoration. Your transformation transcends personal triumph, sparking a ripple effect of positive change across every community touched by your story. Those who once conspired against you, whether through action or silence, are compelled to confront their own choices and reckon with the consequences. Your journey has become a mirror, reflecting truth and inspiring accountability, turning pain into a force that uplifts not only you, but the world around you. The bystanders who once turned away now face the weight of their silence, forced to grapple with the courage they withheld in your darkest moments. Those who whispered rumors or ostracized you begin to see the strings that pulled them, how their actions unwittingly became tools in a larger scheme of deceit and cruelty. This unveiling has shaken entire communities, prompting a collective awakening to the dangers of blind conformity and manipulation. Neighborhoods once divided by fear and suspicion are now called to reflect deeply, heal old wounds, and reclaim their power through truth and accountability. The very environments that once fostered your hardship are now transforming, adopting policies designed to root out the insidious patterns of discrimination you faced. Your documented journey has illuminated how workplace dynamics can be twisted into weapons against the vulnerable, sparking a crucial awareness that safeguards countless others from similar fates. What was once your personal battle has grown into a powerful case study, shaping new standards in organizational psychology and ethical leadership. Your courage is paving the way for healthier, more just workplaces where integrity and respect are no longer optional but essential. The legal battles you fought have set powerful precedents, forging a shield for those who might otherwise become victims of similar coordinated attacks. The accountability faced by the 300 conspirators echoes loudly as a warning. Malicious schemes and orchestrated harassment now carry undeniable consequences. This landmark outcome reshapes the landscape, sending a clear signal to anyone tempted to engage in systemic oppression. The era of unchecked cruelty is over. Your courage not only secured justice for yourself, but paved a safer path for countless others to stand tall without fear. Your journey has entered the halls of academia, where educators now present your story as a profound lesson in resilience and moral courage under relentless pressure. The unwavering way you upheld your values amid coordinated assaults from all sides has become a powerful blueprint for ethical conduct in the face of adversity. Students studying your experience discover that true integrity transcends easy choices. It demands steadfast commitment to principles when every force seeks to break them. Through your example, future generations learn that strength of character is forged not in comfort, but in the crucible of challenge. The influential partner who saw your true worth has been profoundly changed by bearing witness to your remarkable journey. Their choice to align with your character, rooted in integrity, resilience, and depth, has sent ripples through their social circle, challenging long-held notions of attraction and success. Among their peers, a quiet revolution is underway. as others begin to reevaluate what truly matters in relationships, shifting focus from superficial allure to the lasting power of genuine connection and shared values. Your union is not only a personal triumph, but a catalyst for cultural transformation in the highest circles. Your story has become a guiding light within spiritual communities, helping others discern the fine line between true persecution and everyday misunderstandings. Through your experience, many are learning to identify when personal struggles reflect broader systems of oppression rather than isolated events, empowering them to respond with clarity and purpose. As your journey resonates across these networks, it sparks a growing awareness and solidarity, creating waves of healing and awakening among those who longed for validation and a roadmap through their own challenges. For those still caught in the grip of coordinated assaults, your vindication shines as a beacon of hope and possibility. The isolation and fear they endure begin to make sense, revealing threads of a hidden pattern woven far beyond their immediate view. Your rise isn't merely a personal victory, it is a profound cosmic reckoning. Through your struggle, the universe has unmasked and begun to dismantle a web of darkness that threatened countless lives, turning your story into a powerful catalyst for widespread liberation and justice. For those still caught in the grip of coordinated assaults, your vindication shines as a beacon of hope and possibility. The isolation and fear they endure begin to make sense, revealing threads of a hidden pattern woven far beyond their immediate view. Your rise isn't merely a personal victory, it is a profound cosmic reckoning. Through your struggle, the universe has unmasked and begun to dismantle a web of darkness that threatened countless lives, turning your story into a powerful catalyst for widespread liberation and justice. Those still enduring coordinated assaults see your victory as a lifeline, a powerful reminder that they are not alone and that their struggles have meaning beyond immediate pain. For many, your journey reveals the hidden forces at play, patterns of oppression too vast to recognize in isolation. Your rise transcends individual success. It is a universal act of balance and restoration. Through your courage and resilience, the universe has brought light to a shadowy network of injustice, unraveling its grip and paving the way for healing far beyond your own story. Your unwavering strength in the face of relentless pressure sparked the downfall of a vast system built on cruelty and control. Now, the moment you've been destined for has arrived. This is your season of triumph, your rise to power. The arduous journey through the valley of trials is behind you. The reign of the chosen one, crowned by resilience and wisdom, begins atop the highest summit. Your story is not just survival, it is the dawn of a new era where your light shines brightest and your influence reshapes the world.